Put it like right by you.
I was going to because I was using my phone to show you.
You want it like down? Like a
You want it aiming at his mouth. Is what you want. At first, it was aiming at his nose.
Eric, don't touch it. Eric, you're not qualified. You're not a doctor.
I am a doctor.
No, you're not.
Doctor.
I'm a scientist, not.
Give me
I'm a
the
doctor,
news.
not a scientist.
Bad case of loving
Is he a doctor or is he a scientist? Hello, everybody, and welcome to BakaTaka. As always, sitting on the left, it's
Erik.
in the middle, it's
George.
and I'm on the right, and I'm Chase, and you're listening and watching BakaTaka.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Yep.
That's it.
We did it.
Simple intro.
Can we leave?
Yeah, yep.
Can I go?
Time to go.
Let's just jump right into the Let's Plays.
just start playing or whatever.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's been
it's
it's been
rough.
kind of a long week, but luckily we had some nice days at least.
I've been really
Outside?
busy.
I mean, the weather's been phenomenal. It's just
It has.
The weather's been really nice.
The rain's
long.
coming back though, so
been a long work.
Jeff's
Jeff's not here.
not here.
A
had a kid.
child has been brought.
It's been baby
on the
time.
household,
Yep.
so he's gone.
Yep.
Yeah,
We don't know when he'll be back or if he'll be back.
he'll be back.
I mean, eventually,
Soon,
yes.
Eventually.
He'll be
It
back.
could be a
Yeah,
while.
it's
It could be a
gonna
while.
it's gonna be a while.
Give it a couple weeks. He'll be here.
Yeah.
But,
He'll be here.
Yeah,
He'll be
yeah,
here.
yeah, he'll be here. But yep, in the meantime, it'll just be the three of us.
Yeah, how
Maybe
dreadful.
two of us.
How dreadful.
I'm gonna be gone for a month. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Work,
but
man.
we'll make it work.
yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll just be me and Chase again talking about Persona for an
Oh
hour.
my goodness, that
Persona.
Listen, man, that was actually really fun. I really
was fun.
enjoyed that
Persona's
one.
great.
Yeah, it was like I think that's like one of our least viewed episodes or whatever. But like, man, I enjoyed it.
It was fun. Just
Yeah.
Least, what is the least viewed video?
Like
when
one or
we
two.
Get like
1 or 2 views.
how many? What is our most viewed video?
double digits.
We have one that's like 50 views.
One of the
or
podcast
something.
videos.
I don't know.
Some of the recent podcast videos are getting close to like 30.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Are we famous? Where's our ad revenue, Chase? You're hogging all of it.
Sorry, I gotta pay for those.
To be fair, he does all the work. So.
Yeah.
he literally does all the work.
Yeah, I just show up and talk and
Yeah.
I mean, we can change it if you guys
I get
want
bullied.
to. You guys can get the ad revenue. I don't care.
what ad revenue?
no.
Exactly.
You can have it.
What
You're
ad
good. You're
revenue?
good. So, just put it towards cameras and such.
Yeah.
Last time we talked about, or I mentioned that I was watching World Trigger season 2.
Why?
I haven't started it yet.
Why?
It's on the list. It's on the list.
Why?
Listen, man,
Is it good?
It's not.
I think it's like
I
one of the
don't
best.
hear him say
I'm watching a lot of the sequels
Yeah.
that no one else is watching, like Nanan Biuri, Eurocamp, World Trigger.
You know why nobody's watching all this?
Because Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan
Yeah.
is going on right now.
But it's like, man, like you
fair.
look at it and it's like there's all these sequels that are in right
There's
now
like
that are
10.
like really quality shows or whatever.
Yeah.
But Attack on Titan's the only thing
Quintessential
anyone thinks about.
quintuplets,
Yeah.
season 2.
Yeah.
Quinn season
I
2.
okay, I haven't started
It's on
yet, but
point.
I'm gonna watch it because I'm waiting for the dub
I-
to finish or
Or
whatever.
just
love
like
it.
a new Log Horizon season's going on.
New Log
Yes, I
Horizon,
haven't
no one
started
cares
that yet
about
either.
it. No one cares about
Nanan
it.
Biori season 2.
No one cares about that either.
I don't even know what
Uh,
Nanaburi is.
So Nanan
I've not heard
Biuri,
of
it's
that.
it's like a moe slice of life where
Yeah.
they're out,
Oh,
but they're out.
It's
in
a city
sort of-
girl goes to the
girl with
country
flute,
bumpkin.
The girl with the pigtails and the flute.
No,
and she's-
that's not ringing bells.
Okay.
I might have heard
assume.
the name
But it's
before,
basically
but-
a city girl goes into the country bumpkin nowhere
Okay.
countryside of
Gotcha.
Japan. It's just a slice of life show of them doing things you would do in
Fair
the countryside.
enough. Wait, what's the one that's like that? Like Shirobako, but Sakura Quest.
Soccer Quest.
I haven't watched that. I've heard that's really good.
So
You told me that was really
yeah,
good.
so I really enjoyed Soccer Quest when it came out. More people have kind of come around to it.
That's cool.
A lot of people weren't a fan when it was airing. I was, because there's a lot of kind of like how it tells a story is it kind of puts old people into like the mindset
Oh,
or whatever
okay.
and stuff. It's like, oh, there's a lot of people who don't want to change their ways because they're used to how things are. Or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're trying to save a like dying. What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. They're trying to save basically a dying town by like basically making like mascots for it. and kind of trying to promote the town.
Okay.
Or whatever, and stuff to keep it relevant,
Yeah,
so that people, because it's dying, it's only old people who live there.
Interesting.
Man, let the town die.
No, the young people save it with their TikToks and memes.
right.
We don't need them.
And yeah, it's nothing like, groundbreaking, but man, I really enjoy it because I don't know, something about whenever you put old people in like an anime or whatever, that's a way to get me. I like it.
And that's an interesting taste. I just like
Chase is
old
a
people.
geriatric fetish.
Dude.
What does that mean?
Old people.
You're into old things.
You're on the
I'm
old
not.
You're like Lilo
I
from
think
Lilo
they're
and Stitch, where she's just like has this strange fascination with
Elvis.
fat people.
Oh, and Elvis too.
And Elvis?
Yeah. You don't remember she's like playing the records all the time? She's like
Oh,
Elvis
you're
taught
right.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, Elvis and fat people.
That's right. I forgot about
The fat people. She just goes to the beach. She's just taking pictures of fat people and putting them on her wall. Such a good movie. Oh man, Lilo and Stitch is great.
Man, it's been a while since I watched it, but I remember watching that movie like on repeat. You remember when the VHSs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put it in.
Yeah.
So we had one. We have a TV with a VHS.
That's really
player in
showing
it,
our
right?
age, by the way.
I know, right? So
I remember.
we'd go to sleep or whatever. Put one on. It would go until it ends and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But we had the auto rewind.
Oh, it auto
ones.
rewind?
Yeah. So, but it didn't auto start. So what it would do?
Didn't realize
is
you
in
were
the-
rich.
You would wake up in the middle of the night and you'd see the TV and be like, and you know one of the other brothers is awake and they're closer to the TV and they can turn it off, but they're not doing it, and you're just sitting there and you're just like,
I'm gonna restart it.
someone turn it off.
Gotta do
Someone
it.
turn it off.
Someone do it.
It's been 10 minutes now. No one's turned it off. And you just get up and you walk over and you like throw the TV on the floor.
But you don't want to be that one that gets up.
I know, right? Because
Then you're that person forever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it's like at like a camp setting because there's like something like there's a drippy faucet or there's some background
yeah,
noise
you're gonna
that's
die.
bugging everybody.
100%,
But
you're
everybody's
gonna die.
just sleeping and just bearing with it, waiting for that one person to get up. But everybody automatically knows by like echolocation who that person is that got up.
Right.
Yep.
It's just like their sound came from my 6 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know, and it traveled to the north or whatever.
Yeah.
So I
It's
know.
just like, you know the person that got up.
It could only have been George.
Yeah. And then you start spreading the rumors behind everybody. It's like so and so got up and they turned off that faucet. I can't believe they did that. It's like, why? What does this matter?
Who cares? Echolocation.
It's true though, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like you could whenever whoever of me and my brothers would get up and turn it off, they were like muttering like as they got up to do it. So you already knew who it was.
Yeah.
No, you
But
just
2
hated
bunk
it.
beds, so you knew if your bed was shaking, it was the person above you or below you. And then if it wasn't, it's just like, man, if you hear
Yeah,
a
that's
thud,
true because all
Yeah.
4 of you were in the same
yeah.
room.
If it was the other bed,
Well, that
if you
was
hear a
rough.
thud, and then you hear steps
Top.
over, then you know it's the top bunk, whoever was there, and then if not, you know it was the bottom. That's how you figure it
nightmare.
out.
I didn't really have these issues. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, me and Aaron shared a room for a while.
I remember
with the bunk bed,
that. I remember that.
Jeff
I
and
don't know,
I
we
shared
just
a
kinda
room a
just-
long time ago.
All right.
but I could never go back to sharing a room at this point.
Oh yeah.
I could. I don't really. It's mainly because I can like sleep anytime, anywhere I want, or whatever. Like
That's
I can literally.
Well, I just like
I've gone to sleep at that desk multiple times just by accident or whatever because I'm so tired. Like a lot of
Yeah.
times.
Comfort chair.
I mean, just
Well,
like,
I mean,
If it works, it works. But if you got one
it's-
of those nice lean back all the way,
right.
like
Well, I mean,
single
I'm
things,
not trying to
It's
fall.
basically just another bed.
I'm not trying to fall asleep. It just kind of ends up happening or whatever. Like I'm watching
as
like
much
a
as you edit and stuff.
yeah,
and
or
videos.
like I'm watching a video there and I'm just
Pass
like
out.
slowly falling asleep, and then
Nice.
like you feel a jerk and it's just like
Oh,
oh
yeah.
oh get up.
I did that one time watching Red versus Blue.
Oh,
It was like season
Classic
3 or
Rooster
season
Teeth.
4,
early stuff.
and
man.
I was up all night just watching. I was just binge watching it,
Oh my.
and it was
so much.
the sun was coming up. It was like 7:30, and I was still watching it, but I was just slowly leaning forward.
Yeah.
I conked my forehead,
Oh.
hit the space bar, and stopped it.
Oh, nice.
But I conked my head and fell asleep watching Red versus Blue. The
man.
only time I've ever like fallen asleep.
That's
Like,
amazing.
at my keyboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Usually I try to avoid it like when I'm driving, but sometimes it happens.
Whoa, bro.
No, I'm just I'm just
Whoa. Bruh.
But like
doing
you know
that.
those times like when it's like early in the morning and you're driving and it's just like, man, I'm not awake right now.
I think the worst was after we did a lock-in at church, and
Right.
then I had work at Giant, like an 8-hour shift at Giant. So like, we finished. I went to work. I was pretty much fine there, but coming home from work, it's only 15-minute drive from there to my house.
Right.
Oh, that was a rough drive. That was, I think, the worst drive I've ever had, like in terms of like sleep deprivation.
Deprivation?
Yeah.
I don't know why I was like, is there a C in here?
I
You're
Where does it go?
thinking like depreciation.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
I think my closest one was one time we were at Jeff's or whatever, and it was just kind of it was like some New Year's party or something like that.
I think that's
And it was like 2:00 in the morning or whatever, and I'm driving back and I'm just like, this is the worst.
It's
like
bad.
I'm like
It's
blaring the
so
music
bad.
loud, have the windows open
Yeah,
or whatever,
I'm,
like
slapping
leaning,
myself.
leaning forward and stuff like that. Like I'm like rocking back and forth,
Yeah.
like
You're like
whatever I
cold-
can do.
Cold air all the
Yeah.
way out, just blasting me in the face.
Like I'm like, please,
Oh.
it's 45 minutes back home.
I forgot the other time when Kyle and I went to go get the Camaro.
yeah,
when
you
I
were telling
bought
us
when I
about
bought
that.
the Camaro out in Arkansas, Kansas, whatever. Oh, that was bad because we left Sunday at 10 p.m. After a full day church and everything.
Right.
So we were up all day, left at 10 p.m. to get there like right when they open, like 8, 9 a.m. Did our like hour of checking the car out, doing the purchase and everything, and then drove straight back. So we were up nearly 48 hours by the end of it.
Not good.
It was a good thing there were two of us, but oh my gosh, I think we were switching off like almost every hour. It was that bad.
Right.
It
It
was-
sounds like that bad.
It was
That sounds awful.
It was awful. I would never do that again. Still, one of the best decisions I ever made. Love that car.
Man, we
It's
need to
just
take
a lot of.
we need to take a road trip soon.
We do.
because I've been wanting to do one for like years now.
I'm
Like-
going down to Jacksonville on Monday. Welcome to join.
That's true.
You can take off really
And
quick.
you're gonna be there.
I mean,
maybe.
I'm going to Big Cats at some point.
Right.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Get John up here or something too.
You can do whatever.
Got it.
Maybe I'll come visit you like on a weekend or something like that.
I already threw the idea
Just
to Ben because
something to do on
the
a
people I'm
Saturday.
hanging out with down there, Ben introduced me to.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, "Yo, I'm going back to Jacksonville. If you like, just want to like drive down or whatever,
Hey, right.
got a place. It's definitely gonna be plenty of room. Got the because I'm
Such
there
a
for
long drive, though.
But it is. It's actually, it is long.
How long
It's
is
not
it?
as long
It's
as
like
you would expect.
14 hours?
No, it's like 12.
Okay.
Well, so technically, if
That's
you drive
not-
straight, no stops or anything,
Yeah.
it's 11.
That's not too bad.
It
That's
really
that's
isn't.
not bad because I remember always going to like Tennessee all the time. Or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Is that
It's like, yeah.
Well, I thought it would be way worse because my only prior experience driving to Florida was going down to like the Port Charlotte area, which is more central
Yeah.
because that's where my grandmother lived, and that's like 16, 17 hours.
Does
so I
it,
was like, Florida, oh, that's a long drive, but Jacksonville's right at the border. It's like 30
So
minutes
does it take
outside.
you north of DC and whip you around, or do you just take like
I
the
just took a
south
nice
that
bridge.
way through like Virginia
Yeah.
and go that? Okay,
Yeah,
that'll
I
probably
just
be.
went over the Harry Nice Bridge and
Yeah,
kinda
I was gonna say
just
that'll probably be
straight down.
faster.
North of DC.
Because normally, normally it takes you on the Beltway and goes north by Cumberland to get on a good road in like West Virginia to take you all the way down because it's a straight shot once you get on the major interstate over there.
right.
True.
Yeah. Man, I think the furthest I've been in the States is probably Texas.
In like a road trip or just
Like the furthest distance from Maryland. Yeah,
Oh.
in the States over there.
Didn't you go out to Arizona for that one missions trip?
No.
You didn't go on that
No,
one?
I didn't go on that one. I wanted to, but yeah, I
thought
didn't.
you were there for that one.
No.
Okay.
But yeah,
But
you went
still
on.
been, I was
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just the United States though. You've still gone out of the country,
I
so
mean,
that's
yeah,
even further.
yeah.
So you're
But
good.
yeah, that's road trip wise, like
True.
the longest distance, and that took a lot. Like
I've never
3
actually-
days.
I've never actually done Texas. I've been through Texas because I've had connecting flights through Houston,
I like Texas.
but I've never
man.
actually set foot outside of an airport in Texas.
I've never been to Tech, even through airports and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So-
'Cause normally my airport connectors are in like Detroit or New York or Chicago.
Yeah.
We have a
Georgia.
family there who owns farmland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
and we got to stay there. We had the dogs like just running around everywhere and stuff like that with their dogs, and it was like, man, that was fun.
Yeah.
Because like you can't really do that here. Like, kind of just let your dogs loose or whatever, unless you're kind of isolated. But it was like, man, we went and saw the Alamo.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That was pretty cool. I mean, at the time, I was just like, didn't care for reading or learning about anything or whatever. But I look back at it now and I'm just like, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always one road trip we can do.
What's that?
The pilgrimage to AX.
Where is that?
It's in LA.
You want to drive all the way to LA?
I mean, we don't have to drive. We can always just fly.
We could just fly.
But
I'd fly to LA.
I think it would be more fun to drive though.
I
don't think you understand how long the drive from here, almost the furthest point on the east, to LA, probably one of the furthest points on the west.
So,
Listen,
have you ever heard of the Cannonball?
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Cannonball?
No.
It's literally like a speed run of driving across America.
Oh wow.
Like, these people, they'll take a car, they'll just
Right.
like rip out the back seats, they'll make it as light as possible, and then they'll throw in like giant fuel tanks so that they have to stop like 1, maybe 2 times across the entire thing. They have 2 people. Well, there's different ones. They have single driver, multiple
Right.
driver. They're pulling like speeds like on average probably above 120. It's insane. Like, they'll set these up. I think the world record right now was by a guy who was like, yo, this pandemic, it's like perfect storm for just flying across America.
Right.
He crushed, I think he did it in a rental Mustang. I
'Cause-
think he got a rental Mustang, took out everything, put the stuff in, and then when he got back, changed it back. Because it's like you need a car that's got good acceleration, it's fast, you
Right.
can modify it easy, it's easy to work with.
And right now there's
did it by
definitely a
himself?
lot less people on the road right now.
Oh yeah, but he did it like right at the beginning when there was like no one on
that'd
interstate.
be like, yeah.
You'd have to do
And
it then
he's-
because now traffic's starting to pick back up on
Yeah.
But it
like
gets,
Midwest is still empty, but
Right.
yeah,
right.
but it gets crazy. It's like they got like the laser detectors and all the stuff. So like if they know there's cops coming up, they can make sure that they're avoiding that. They have people like scouting roads ahead of them for like when they get there, so that they
Man.
can just fly through.
it's a whole operation.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Dangerous.
yeah.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah, it's
Very
very
dangerous.
dangerous.
I
Kind of sounds fun though.
yeah. I
I
mean,
would never do that.
I don't think I could ever do that.
Oh, no.
Like, just literally sit in the car knowing like, yeah, that we're kind of going a little faster than we should
Yeah,
be.
but it's like
Yeah.
one stop
Yeah.
to fill up all 5 of your gas tanks, get food, go to the bathroom, dump your piss bottles, and you're back on the road. Well, yeah, I mean,
that's right, because you can't just
well,
stop all the time.
record, I think it's under 24 hours. I think it's 22 something at the moment. 22 hours across the entire United States, like from New York to LA. I think I want to say that's it.
That's crazy.
It's an amazing, it's just an amazing feat. It
Right.
really is.
I would have to do it with somebody else because I would go crazy.
Oh yeah,
Just driving straight for
Oh,
20 hours with
absolutely.
nobody to talk to or
couldn't
anything.
do it. I
I mean,
don't have the mentality for
A
it.
lot of podcast time.
It really is.
Well,
yeah.
even then, you're going to go crazy.
That's true. Well, I mean,
Well, the problem,
24 hours straight, like I could do it if it was just like in one day or whatever. But if it was like spread out multiple times, I think that would probably
It's just
be
like
more satisfying.
you're mind-numbingly looking at it's very
Yeah.
hypnotic.
Yeah.
It's very
And,
hypnotic.
and the
Right,
problem
right.
is, it's like as soon as you kind of lose focus, you'll just start slowing down,
Yeah.
which you can't do, or
right.
it defeats the purpose of the run.
Right.
Like you have to be consciously going very fast, and you have to be very aware of what you're doing because you are going very fast.
I guess I've never really driven like a long time.
or fast.
Yeah, I've driven. yeah. Very true. Very true. I've driven a lot, like in a day or whatever,
yeah.
like hours.
Oh, you
worth
drive
of-
way more
like,
than I
yeah.
do.
But like, I've never drawn. I don't think I've ever driven more than like 3 hours in one go,
Really?
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because I've like since I've been driving, it's pretty much been
Yeah.
in Maryland.
Well, when you did like road trips and stuff with your family, you were never the driver for those.
Oh, I didn't have my license at that time.
Oh, have you not? Okay, I
Yeah,
guess that
it
makes
didn't-
sense.
it
He
was
didn't, he
more
didn't really get his
recent.
license until he had to.
Yeah, It was
Start driving
like
yourself to work.
it was like a year before working here, and I've been working here for like 3 years now. So it was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, because I actually got my license before you
Yeah.
did. Okay.
Yeah, I got mine the same time Aaron got his.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well, because his was different because everyone was like, "How's Chase gonna drive?" Kind of
Yeah,
deal.
because you kind of always expected, like, with kind of like almost being like blind in one eye, that you wouldn't be able to.
Well, it was just more of like I was really scared of it.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Because I was just like looking at him, just like, dude, if it's not me, someone else is just gonna hit me for no reason or whatever. Like all these things going through my head.
Yeah.
I mean, I always remember Jeff be like, "Chase is like, he can drive. I don't know how he's going to drive." Kind of deal.
Very carefully.
right. But it's like, yeah, man. Once as you work in DC for like a month or whatever, it's like that breaks you.
It was kind of weird for me because I love driving, but as soon as I hit the age where I could like get my permit and start doing the driver's ed and stuff and actually like work toward getting my license, I didn't really see the point in it. You know, it was kind of like the same way I was with texting. So we had like a family phone that we split between the kids. So whoever needed to have contact, if they were like doing something outside or with other people, they would get the phone. And then when I went to college, it was kind of like my phone. And for my first like, actually no, I think because I did the dual enrollment stuff, so I did like high school, college stuff. I don't think I ever had texting during any of that. I didn't have texting until after like my first semester of full college, no more high school, done with high school.
Right.
So when I was on team projects, they basically had to fight over who would have to call me. I still hear about that from the people I came in contact with. That's rough. But like I was like, why would I text? I could just call. And then I got texting and I was like, wow, I was so naive.
It's
the
very
same way with
weird
driving.
imagining a time where you weren't using a phone.
Yeah, and it was the same way with driving. I was just like, I get where I need to go. Why do I just don't want to deal with it. I didn't have an aversion to driving. It was just like, why?
Right. It's
and then
more
my mom
like,
was
why
like,
do
you
I
need to learn how to drive. And I was like, okay. And then I did it. Now I'll drive anywhere. I mean, you're going somewhere. I'm like, I'll drive. I enjoy driving.
Right.
I hated driving. I still hate driving.
I don't know. I don't really mind it when it's not for work, but when it's at work, it's just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like, here we go again.
I don't really remember the last time that I wasn't the one driving. Like I typically
I mean, I remember a lot of times when I'm not driving because I'll like ride around with like Aaron and Jackson sometimes, and Jared.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
just going, to the store and back to church or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was like Jeff. He knows I hate driving, so he was like, "I'll just drive, whatever." I don't want to put you through that. I don't want to deal with it.
I think with me and Kyle, because we'll do lunch and stuff since I live at his house now, I think I end up driving most of the time just because I park in front of his car. And I'm okay with that. So it works out.
How is that? So I forgot, what are you doing with the your other car?
So the Camaro's still back at home.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I thought.
Chase
and all
and
the
I were
tools.
talking about this the other day. I was like, I think George just left his Camaro at his parents.
I kind of have to.
Yeah.
I kind of have to.
Because we're like, there's not a lot of parking.
There's not a lot of parking there. There is enough, but the problem is it's not really one of those cars that you want to leave outside, especially considering the T-tops have a very small leak, like drips of water. It wouldn't do anything bad.
As someone who has to leave their car outside all the time or whatever, I understand what you're talking about.
So I keep that in the garage. It's also good because it makes me drive it less. So I'm putting less miles on it, and considering it's
And I think probably eats
historic
gas
at
too.
this point, huh?
I think probably eats gas.
Oh,
too.
it eats gas hard.
Gas prices going
And
up
I wouldn't
too.
have it any other way.
Yeah.
I didn't buy this to save on gas mileage.
Well,
That's
I'm
what the
just saying,
Mazda's for.
I'm just saying with like gas prices going up, you probably don't want to drive that too much because it's just going to be expensive just to drive.
It does. It saves money. It's better on the car. It also, it kind of makes me decide when to drive it because it's not, the Camaro, it's a third gen. It's super light in the back end. It's not good for driving in any weather, really. So you don't want to drive it in rain. You don't want to drive it in snow. You don't want to drive it really when it's cold or when it's really hot either, because it's like you want good driving weather, which we actually, because the recent weather, I went over there on Tuesday and got it, and I dropped it back off Friday. But on like Wednesday and Thursday, I was driving with the T-tops off. The weather was nice enough that I was able to take the T-tops off and just go cruising around,
You know
around
what?
the area.
Sounds like a car.
Love it. I love that car.
Can't drive it here. Can't drive it there. Too many issues.
I can drive it in good
Guzzles
weather
gas.
though.
Gotta be perfect.
When the stars align, I can drive this car.
And if you park it on a hill, sometimes it just doesn't start.
Oh yeah. Yep. I've experienced that.
Hey, it's got its quirks, but that makes her special.
Yeah.
And she's getting better. Okay.
Sounds
Got
needy.
Little things
Sounds very needy.
is just like any woman.
Just like anyone. Oh,
I don't know
man.
if that's true.
Fantastic.
Love that car though. I'm gonna die in that car. I'll be buried in that car. It's worth it. Never selling it.
I like my car.
Camrys are nice.
It's very like. At first, I thought it was like, it's very simple and stuff like that, and it is very simple. But like, I look at it and I'm just like, man, this is actually pretty good quality.
It's everything you need. Toyota makes great
Toyotas
cars.
last forever.
Yeah.
They do. Oh, they're incredibly reliable.
Mine's got over 100 miles on it already because
100,000?
yeah,
Really?
yeah, because it was at like 70 when I got it.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
and
Still,
so
Nice.
over 3 years, I've put like over 40 on it, I think.
oh yeah.
I've already
I mean,
put-
especially
yeah.
driving to work.
I've already put 20,000 on mine since I got it. In a year.
Well, right. I mean,
lot.
I'd expect more actually from yours.
I bought it at like 22 and I just hit like 45 on it.
When you get to work, you switch into like one of the work trucks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still going literally like what, an hour and a half hour.
It takes like an hour to get to work. It's
Yeah.
about 50, 60
It
miles.
takes
Do
me
you
an-
drive your car to work, or do you have the work truck?
It
you
takes
just
us
take
work
No,
to
to
work?
I haven't driven my car for like the last year.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Are you able to get a work truck? Why not?
Soon.
Soon. Okay.
Soon, TM.
Okay, that'd be good then for you. 'Cause-
That's what I need.
yeah,
yeah,
that'd be awesome.
yeah. But yeah, that's.
That was a big
Yeah,
tangent to get
how did we get
across.
onto this?
I think it was the cannonball thing.
No,
It was.
No, but there was something.
It was before that.
thing.
because
Texas
it was before that.
No, it was before
road
that.
trips.
How do we get on to road trips?
Man, I don't know.
It was George. We were talking about
going down to Jacksonville.
Because no, we're talking about Jeff when he was going to come back, and then
Not
George was
being
like,
here.
"Oh, there's
I'll
only
be
going to
here."
T2 here,
Yeah.
because he's going to Jacksonville."
and we mentioned
Yeah.
and mentioned visiting, and
We
then we got
figured it
on,
out.
like like this. Yeah, there we
Puzzle
go. Yeah.
solved.
Yeah, we did
But
it.
yeah, if you're looking for a time to just like, hey, I'm gonna
Right,
I
right.
just want to drive down to Jacksonville, talk to Ben, see if you can like work it out together. Both come down, hang out.
Yeah.
There's some cool people down there. I'll be down there. I know some people from Lighthouse who are also going to be down there at the same time, so I can help. There's like a lot of people are just going to be in Florida, all near Jacksonville at the same.
Well, I mean,
time.
it's almost spring break.
It is, but I don't think they're going for spring break. They're just
Well, I mean,
like,
it's almost like springtime.
True, but-
spring break.
yeah, but
when
like they work.
does spring
they're not in
start?
college.
Yes, so you can
does
just
spring
take time
start?
off in spring,
True.
When does spring start?
I don't know, like March something.
end of March, April, something like that.
In the March?
Something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Spring. That's
don't-
the new
we-
anime
we don't-
season.
we
Is
don't-
that's what spring
We don't do
is?
seasons in Maryland. We just get what we get.
It's kind of like you put like a crossfade like over the season, like at the end, like there's like the middles where it's like, okay, yeah, this
Yeah,
is
but it's
winter.
more like a Haruhi thing where it just jumps back
Yeah, yeah.
because the timeline's all screwed up.
Well, it's just like one day I go to work and I've got like 3 layers on. I've got my
Yeah,
long johns and 2
yeah.
hoodies, and at the end of the day, I've
60
got like my
degrees
sleeves
out,
rolled
yeah.
up, and it's like rained and snowed during the day too.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
like I was saying, I was driving around the Camaro, T-tops off on Wednesday and Thursday.
yeah,
Literally the prior weekend, we had freezing rain.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
We had one day at work where I went in all layered up, snowed, rained, and then it was sunny, and my sleeves were rolled up by the end of the day.
So stupid.
I was just like, okay,
Maryland is.
I'm just experiencing
dumb.
everything all in one day.
The
Yeah,
whole,
sure,
the
man.
whole East Coast is just ridiculous.
Well, it's just, I guess mainly Maryland. We're in a weird snow hole.
We are.
Yeah.
And I think all like the bay and like the Chesapeake and all the water kind of
Oh, yeah.
changes like the weather, especially for like any kind of precipitation type stuff.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
yeah, whatever. So I told you guys this, Daft Punk.
Right.
I'm just thinking
Right.
of things to throw in the video at this point.
Oh, you're trying to change it.
I'm just like, I don't know.
He's
I
trying
feel
to
like
do
we should talk
filler.
about something else.
Well, I got something.
Subtle
Oh, you do?
transition.
Okay.
So
The
we
Daft Punk.
no, we'll start with the Nintendo Direct stuff.
Oh yes, Nintendo Direct. There's a lot there.
Yes, I
So-
know what you're gonna say.
I need
The
to-
World's End Club. That's right. We're all excited for it.
That was one of the few. I watched the whole thing. There were only a few things I actually put on my list for things I wanted. You can go.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
I guess the big three things I'm excited about that have been announced that Nintendo has just been going ham announcing with is the Project Triangle.
Project
Yeah, the Octopath Traveler.
So the guys who did Octopath
sequel,
Traveler, that art
technically.
style,
Oh,
they're doing a
yes.
Final Fantasy Tactics style game.
So that confuses me. I thought they were supposed to be working on another Octopath Traveler.
Also,
They might be doing
also, if it literally
It's
has
still the
triangle
mobile
in the title, like that's stupid.
It's a working title.
Yeah.
That's not the official title.
Right.
It's the working
they're,
title.
they're trying to make something based around that
Yeah.
or whatever. But
But
it's like,
it's,
man, please don't put triangle in the title.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a weird title.
Yeah, but it's basically the Octopath Traveler art style.
The 2.5 HD, I think, is what they call it.
Slapped onto a Final Fantasy Tactics style
So
game.
I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
I know Jeff loves it.
So it's your standard old school tactical style game. It's
Is
grid
that kinda
based.
like Fire Emblem type?
Yeah, it's
thing?
like Fire Emblem.
Okay, that's a tactics game. Okay.
It's grid based, and there's things that counter each other.
Gotcha.
Magic, turn based, blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. But it looks cool. I'm excited for that. And then was it yesterday?
Yes, it
Yesterday,
was
as of
yesterday.
recording this.
Yeah, it was
The
like
Pokemon Direct.
Yeah.
the Pokemon Direct.
Yep.
So they announced Pokemon Shining Pearl and something. Diamond.
Brilliant Diamond,
Brilliant
and
Diamond,
Shining
Shining
Pearl.
Pearl.
Yeah.
They announced that,
Yes.
and they're redoing the art style again. It's back to the overview look, but they're doing it in the Link's Awakening.
I love
Art style.
that. So I haven't watched the Pokemon Direct. I need to sit down and watch it. But everything I've heard from it,
Right.
big fan.
Looks good.
It-
So I mean,
I'm super
And
excited.
I thought
for
I was
that,
done
yeah.
with Pokemon 2, and they just
Yeah.
keep making it hard for me to quit.
Yeah. then on top of that announcement, they're like, "Hey, we got another game coming on, Pokemon Legends
Oh,
Arceus," and they're just like, "Hey, full open world game." They showed some gameplay. It looked really laggy. That was the only thing.
Yeah,
it
looked
like you
very-
could see all the
very
frames
noticeable.
dropping.
Did it look like it was a very much in progress thing?
So
Yes.
Or did
like
it
an
look
em-
like this is finished?
So it looked like an in
Because-
progress thing, and also looked like just a development thing.
Yeah,
Because
because if you look at the Shinx, you remember the Shinx. So he throws a Pokeball at one of the Shinx. There's
Yeah.
two Shinx right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. One's facing the other direction. It hits the Pokeball hits the other one, and the other one just doesn't react
Yeah.
at all. It just kind of stands in neutral
it just
position.
looks
Yeah.
a little
I-
jarring.
I saw a little bit about it,
Yeah.
and they apparently it's set way in the past
Yes.
in the Sinnoh region.
yes, Gen 4 region, yeah.
But the starters that are available are Oshawott,
It's Rowlet, Oshawott,
and
and Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil.
Yeah. So they
Which is
show that
interesting.
they show that at the very end of the trailer, and you're just like, bro, what?
Yeah, literally no Sinnoh Pokemon.
That's
Is
it
Oshawott?
Oshawott?
No,
No.
What's Oshawott?
Because
Oshawott's Gen 5.
Piplup,
Piplup is
Turtwig,
Gen
and
4.
Chimchar.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Piplup, Chimchar,
Yeah.
And Turtwig.
Turtwig.
Yeah.
But the trailer, you can clearly see the lag on it,
Ugh.
and it might just be memory saving thing. But when things get in the background, you can see they're like poly and frame rate
Ooh,
drop.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
It actually looks a lot like Sword and Shield.
Mhm.
Like if you look at the
Okay.
character models and
Okay, that
everything,
make- that
and
makes
stuff
sense,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they basically took the normal 2D style and just made a game with it, and then they took the 3D and were like, we'll just make a game with that as
Okay.
open world.
I mean,
I'll give it a chance.
People have wanted
Yeah, I'm
open world
obviously giving it a
Pokemon
chance.
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah,
If they do it well,
yeah.
oh, it's gonna change Pokemon.
So Legends is the goal of it is to complete the Pokedex. You're building the first Pokedex is what they said
Yeah.
in the game,
Yeah.
the trailer.
Wait, so
Yeah.
they've established that we have second, fifth, and what were the gens again? Oshawott is fifth gen.
It's like
Oshawott is
fifth,
Gen,
sixth, and
Cyndaquil is second,
Second.
and Rowlet is seventh.
Rowlet is seventh. So, and what gen are we on now? Eight.
Eight,
So, are we to assume that we're gonna have like over 1,000 Pokemon in this one game?
probably.
Possible.
Just so everybody can shut up and be allowed. Dexit, guys.
Wait. But also, if it's set in the past
Yeah.
and it's canon that they've completed the Pokédex in the past, why is the whole point of the newer games that are, well, not newer, but like set in the future?
I don't know.
To complete the Pokédex
Maybe
again?
it has something to do with Arceus.
So I don't know how canonical everything is because there's a lot of stuff. But this might just be a standalone game. It's like, hey, it's set in the past. We're doing this.
Yeah.
And then
I'm for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
I don't care. I'm just gonna play it.
I'm excited to see what it's
absolutely.
going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also had a PlayStation State of Play at the same time.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not see that.
Not as
didn't even
many,
hear about that.
not as many big things or whatever, but one noticeable one that I noticed was this game Sifu. You basically play as it's a kung fu game. So think of like how Batman fights are, and stuff like that, but it's very
like Arkham Asylum type Batman.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very like close camera. Like you're in an alleyway, you're fighting a bunch of dudes as like with kung fu or whatever.
Yeah.
And it looks like it has some. I don't know if it's the story mechanic or if it's like a gameplay mechanic, but like the character throughout the trailer is getting older through it. Because as Erik was mentioning a few days ago to me, Sifu means what? Master?
Yeah, it means master in Chinese.
Yeah,
or Mandarin or whatever.
So yeah, he starts off like as like a teenager and he
Yeah.
becomes like an old man by the end of the trailer or whatever.
Okay.
It's got a really cool art style, and it looks like the gameplay looks really fun.
Interesting.
And I'm really excited for that. But more
What's it coming to? Just PS5?
so it's a
or is
PlayStation. It was on the PlayStation thing. I think it's coming to PS4 and PS5.
Okay.
Sony
it
does a
might be
pretty
coming
good.
to-
Sony does a pretty good job of making things for the previous gen for a really long
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
In fact, Nier is literally only on previous gen. It's not on PS5.
Mhm.
They might put
That's
they might put an
strange.
upgrade for it, like you put the PS4 disc in.
And then
I mean, they'll probably also release it on PC.
yeah,
So
most likely.
I'm so ready for that. I've already got that pre-ordered. April 26th.
Yep.
Is that when that comes
Yep.
out? Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I
I loved Automata, and that looks amazing.
For
Oh.
Nintendo, they announced World's End Club.
World's End Club. Is that related to the other
That-
one? What's the other game called? It was on DS and then it got ported to the Switch.
the world ends with you.
The World Ends With You. Is it?
No,
are they
so
related?
there's Neo, The World Ends With You.
Yeah.
That's coming out. That's a
Oh.
sequel to it. And that one looks
Okay.
really cool as well.
Because they're doing a whole campaign with that because they released it along with the anime. They released the trailer along with the World Ends With You anime.
I've never played the game. know
I
nothing
believe
about
they're
it. I just heard
planning
of it.
on releasing an anime. I don't think they have.
I
released
know
an
for a
anime.
fact they're doing an anime for it. So
Right,
I think
but,
they,
yeah,
I think they
but not
released the
yet.
trailer
not-
announcing the anime and the new game.
Gotcha. Okay,
I
but
think
it's
that's
not
what-
out yet.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
That's why I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
there's that. But the World's End Club
Yes.
is the game that Kodaka and Uchikoshi, the guy who made the Zero Escape games and the guy who made the Danganronpa games.
Yes.
put together and made this game.
Okay.
I played this game on the Apple Arcade or whatever for free because you can do it.
Which game?
World's End Club.
Oh,
or
it's
whatever.
already out.
Yeah.
This is a port.
They put like 60% of the game out on that, and they're
Oh.
like the rest is going to be released later on like also Switch next year or whatever. I talked about this last year if you remember.
No, I don't.
I remember this.
Yeah, and it's very weird looking, but I feel like there's something behind the scenes going on with it and stuff.
From
Because-
the trailer I saw, there were out of the whole Nintendo Direct, it was like what 50 minutes. There were only 3 things I dropped on my list of like I'm interested
Right.
in getting this stuff.
Right,
And
right.
one of them is kind of questionable because I've already played Skyward Sword,
Oh, yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
a little bit like I don't know. I could play Skyward Sword again.
I'll
Yeah,
do it.
it's an
I'll
HD
try it.
remaster.
Yeah. But I got Twilight Princess HD and I never touched it.
Is that true?
I really want to get. I want to get that, because I would never finish Twilight Princess, but it's always the one that's like in the back of my head. It's like, come on, man, play this one.
I've got it.
Yeah, I
can
think
borrow it.
I've got it on Wii, but I don't have the HD one.
I have the HD one. You can borrow it anytime.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, the World's End Club. I'm so curious to what they're doing with this game, because it's just like they're not just going to make like it looks kind of like a kids game,
Yeah.
but there's like a darker tone to it and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
like I mentioned this at the beginning. It starts off making you think it's like a Danganronpa Zero Escape game,
Yes.
or whatever, where they're all trapped in a place or whatever.
But then it was in the trailer was just like, hey, it's canceled.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
good.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
And then it turns into this like you're traveling across Japan and like you're fighting like aliens or something like that. And I'm
ready.
like, I'm excited for this.
It looks really good. And there was that, and then there was the two Famicom
Yes, yes.
Detective Club
Oh,
games.
Yeah.
those also
Look very interesting.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm
like
ready. Like the murder mystery. Oh,
and the way the character models are like they're actually like animated slightly and stuff like that. I'm like, this is perfect. This is what I want.
I am excited for that. Oh, it looks
Yeah.
so good.
They've released some more trailers for Monster Hunter Rise.
Ooh. I didn't notice that. Was that during the direct?
I don't think it was during the direct, but I think they just released some trailers.
Gotcha.
Just updated gameplay. I guess they're changing how some of the weapons function just to make it more weeby.
Yeah.
Good.
And I think
Makes sense for the style.
Yeah, I think it runs
Nice.
on the Monster Hunter World engine. Pretty sure.
Okay.
That I'm willing to jump into Monster Hunter again because I tried World, and I've always mentioned this before. You know, Monster Hunter is at its peak when you and every party member are at the same level.
Yeah.
If there's a difference, like let's say Eric's like 10 levels higher than us or whatever, you know, he's fighting like way stronger monsters or something
there's
like
no
that.
like level in it. It's just they've progressed
yeah.
gear.
Yeah,
further.
let's say Eric's gear is crap ton higher
Yeah.
than ours, and he's just kind of one-shotting monsters that we're just struggling to beat.
I'm not super familiar with the Monster Hunter series. I understand the type of games they are. I played Monster Hunter Tri-Ultimate on Wii. And it wasn't bad, but I wasn't a huge fan. It felt like to really progress, you kind of had to do a lot of online stuff, and I didn't really
don't
do
have to.
online stuff.
You can do entirely single player.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Then maybe I was just too young and didn't understand at that point because that was a long time ago.
Yeah, the game scales based on how many players are in the game.
But it's my understanding that some of the Monster Hunter games are a little bit more JRPG-ish. There's more story to it than...
I mean, every Monster Hunter has a story.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of them, like, if you
Because
play like
Rise had a lot more story emphasis than just go beat big monsters.
If you play something like Freedom or Freedom Unite or something like that, it's like the story's there, but it's
never the
never-
Most
it's
of the people
never
really
the
don't care
focus.
too much about the story.
I get that.
I mean, there's a lot of lore drops and stuff, and maybe nods to other games.
Okay.
But a lot of the time, it's like, hey, big bad elder dragon's doing something. You got to stop it.
Right.
Fight monsters along the way. Stuff has happened to the camp. Big bad elder dragons coming up over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Causing a
that's-
stir in the ecosystem.
Okay.
During the PSP times, I always considered God Eater as the story faster paced Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And so
Monster Hunter is just, you're here to kill big dragons and lizards. And
I mean, hey,
Fish.
that's all you really need, right?
yeah.
right.
Yeah, they released some new trailers. And Bravely Default 2.
Right.
Oh,
bought
it
it.
actually released.
I bought it this morning and downloaded it, and then came here.
Nice.
Oh, did you guys
Not Bravely Second?
wait?
Not Bravely Second.
Wait a minute. Did you guys get Persona Strikers?
No.
No, I've heard very good
I
things
saw
about it,
it was
I got
released.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
I played it one time, and
and
I've
he dropped it.
No, I've only did like up to like the first kind of battle area or whatever.
Okay.
And I keep itching to like go back to it, but I'm like, I got video to edit. I gotta.
I heard it's really good.
Oh,
It
I
actually
hear.
progresses the story, and it's not just your standard Muso beat 'em up. There's actually like mechanics and some RPG elements to it.
Yeah, you're moving
Crap, I'm getting
around.
this game.
You're moving around. You're like attacking enemies, but like, man, they'll even at like the early levels and stuff like that. If you like let them get like a hit in and stuff like that, they'll like start slapping you around and
So
stuff.
it actually has story that builds upon.
It
five.
feels like a sequel.
Yeah. I don't think it's officially canon, but it does build on the
'Cause
story
I
of
love the
5.
Similar-
characters, and spending more time with the characters would be totally worth it.
Similar to like Persona 4 Arena and like Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which technically both can't exist
Yeah.
canonly, and I don't think either of them technically exist canonly, but like they both feel like sequels to Persona 4.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because it wasn't the fact that I don't like Royal, but like Royal's the same thing as 5. Slightly different,
More or
like,
less,
yeah.
more
It's-
like some stuff added to it, but
Yeah.
it's basically playing 5 again. And I was like, all right,
Royal was really good though.
yeah. I mean, it is,
But
but
Persona 5 wasn't.
I don't have an urge to play like Royal or whatever.
I can't really. I've played Persona 5 4 times.
Right,
so-
right.
so many
I was so excited to play Royal, but once I got it, I was just like, I'm not really feeling this right now, or whatever.
I put like 140 hours into that game, I think. I nearly perfectly 100%ed that game. I got
Right.
the plat, but I didn't complete one confidant. That just bugs the heck out of me.
They made the
got
plat.
me at the end.
They made the plat for Royal a lot easier compared to
Oh, I've heard that.
the Persona 5 one, and I got both platinums.
Man.
Wow. Well, you had to do some ridiculous stuff in the first one, didn't you? Like you had to
I mean,
hear
the
like all of Futaba's lines.
It's
or
not
something?
all of her, but it's over a certain amount of her lines. It's
They did the same thing in Persona 4.
yeah,
Wholm,
and that
you say
one's a
lines.
lot harder.
Yeah.
That one's because
yeah.
there's some lines that you can only get on specific floors and specific dungeons during the story.
Oh, and if you miss it, you're gone.
Yeah, you can't go back and get
Yeah,
them.
you can't go back.
And
to
you
the
need you need a crap ton of her lines.
That's insane.
But
That's just
Futaba's is a lot easier.
what an awful trophy to put in there.
Yeah.
That's sadist.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, man, like I keep itching to go back to Strikers and stuff like because I don't know, it's more of like the gameplay. Like I'm really like it's actually pretty solid.
I mean, like big beat 'em ups, the gameplay loop in those are always fun.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like I'm looking at it, I'm just like, man, I'm really tired right now and I have a lot of video to edit and stuff like that.
What systems is it? It's on PC and Switch.
PS4, PS4 and Switch and
Okay.
PC.
Okay.
Yeah, I think PC also.
I know for a fact it's on PC because it was advertised on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, everybody, that's about all we have time for
Wait,
this
really?
episode. Yeah.
It's already 45 minutes in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever.
So, as always, sitting on the left, it's been
Eric.
in the middle,
George.
and I'm on the right, and I'm Chase. Thanks for watching BakaTaka or listening, and get out of here.
Later.
Peace. Yeah, I don't mind this. I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah, fix it. Bird blossom.
Okay, well that was uncomfortable.
Man, shut up.
Hey.
Nobody likes you.
Yeah, hey, I never claimed they did. I do.
Guy while walking past his death trap.
I just want people to enjoy my company.